All right, so we got a few things to go through. You can ignore all my notifications, there's a lot, but we want to start off with Slack. And what's the first thing we could do is invite someone that comes out. So let's go ahead and invite a teammate. You go to the bottom, share length or link. Um, you can then put anybody's number there and then send them that link. Okay. Once they sign up for Slack, you can then um, kind of go through these different channels. So at the top, we have a lock channel. That's the BRR guys. Um, they're out doing the race. So that's pretty cool. Up in North Carolina, that's a 208-mile race. It's a CSOP. And just for reference, the CSOP channel is right here, what we were talking about this morning. So different events going on in Heisenvergence. Um, they created a website, looks like, for that. There's some different events posted. Um, some other CSOP events going on in Orlando. So different people post different things. This is from RAO. Um, this is a CSOP that Twins created, the Summer Squad Challenge in September 22nd. Twins is, of course, killing the CSOP channel. This is from last week. Um, our our 1 year anniversary CSOP. Sorry about that. Let's see if we can find the Heisenvergence. It's another hiking challenge type of event. The Donut Ruck. That's pretty cool. So that's in here, the Dirty Dozen Donut Ruck. There's some more information here about that. You can read through it if you want. Oh no, here it is. Somehow I can scroll through here. That's it. Okay, October 11th, 6 a.m. is when they start, and then end time is approximately 10:30. So that's pretty cool. Heisenvergence, there it is. October 25th, and so that'd be cool. Little boot camp. FIA is Females in Action. So Heisenberg, he was a one of our F3 high impact men, is what we call him, HIMS. He passed away of a brain cancer a couple years back, and so we do a event every year to support um, First Coast Women's services. So pretty cool, and I think that's at Fort Family Regional Park, 7 a.m. to 8 a.m. So definitely worth going to, and I'm gonna forward that over to Bullpen. All right. So that's always a good one to go to without a doubt, for sure. Yeah, it looks like they're raising money this year. If you want to donate, you definitely can do that. Usually we have some donuts and coffee or biscuits and coffee from Maple Street Biscuit Company there. All right, so that's CSOP channel. Next we got is the 1F channel. So that's going to be just any workouts that you may have. This is the current schedule for F3 Jacksonville all over. You can also find a map on the f3jacks.com website. This is just people that post different things about their workouts, different people, and then how many workouts they've been to. You know, you can kind of see who's leading the charge as far as people in Jacksonville. So Feud has the most workouts that he's attended. Um, Definitely got some people from downtown in that group that have posted a lot this year, so that's pretty cool. So 1F is fitness, 2F is fellowship, so any kind of fellowship events that we put on, whether we go out for, a couple beers one night or go out to a baseball game, something like that. It's kind of a cool channel to check out. No, guys, we don't really hang out together as much as, we probably could. And women are a lot better about that fellowship part than we are. But there is a fantasy football league. I believe it's already closed, but you can always message Pyro if you're interested. And the 2F channel. Um, these are some different AOs, so areas of operation, very military-like verbiage that we use in F3. As I mentioned before, F3 was created by an Army veteran. So, let's see, Crazy Train is in Yulee. That's pretty cool. Um, yeah. So the ones that we have is Elon Ruck. That's on Friday mornings. And then we got I think they're down here, Boggs. So buy one, get some. And Cindy School. And then we have Bullpen, of course. And then have my personal ones. So if you want to add on an AO that you don't see on there, you can browse channels. You can find AO and then whatever it is that you're looking for. All these different AOs here. You can also create, if you start a new F3, you can create a channel within there. So that's pretty cool. The next thing I want to show you guys is the podcast. There's a QSource Audible book version of the PDF that we went over today. So if you Google, QSource PDF, you should be able to find the link. It's from like 2018. It has the scriptures in there. F3 isn't necessarily a Christian organization or a religious organization, but the first creator, he was Christian, so he added some scriptures for a basis of where he was getting kind of some of these leadership principles and basing the foundation of some of the leadership principles. So it's neat to look at like where some of those started. So anyway, moving on, you can just let's see. See, now I even forget where I'm going. So QSource, the F3 manual kind of looks like that. That's the Audible version. So pretty cool. You can literally go from the introduction through all these, and so it looks like it kind of goes backwards. You get to scroll to the bottom here. But so we have Foundation, so F1, F2, and you can catch up just by listening in the car if you wanted to. You don't have to if you don't want to, but it's kind of neat. So we have uh, first Get Right, and then we have Live Right, and we were going over impact and influence today. Next week will be missionality. What does that look like? And so that's the Audible version if you're in the car, if you want to listen to that. So it's pretty neat. And then there's also a podcast, an actual podcast version on SoundCloud if you like to do that, or you can probably find it on Apple Podcast as well. But SoundCloud is the original source of where this came from. Um, let's see if I can find it. Should be under F3Q. So library, playlist. But yeah, F3Q source is the actual station. No, it's not a station. But F3Q sources. There it is. Okay. So if you look up F3Q source on SoundCloud, a guy had one just kind of done the um, kind of update on the chapter. So if you don't want to listen to the whole chapter, or you don't want to read the whole chapter, you can get kind of a synopsis of the chapter, and then listen to Dread and Dark Helmet, which is the new um, Nantan, or the guy leading the group um, for the nation. So Dread is the Army veteran guy that created the book, created the group, and just had a lot of words to say on what the words meant in the book, because it can be kind of wordy if you're reading through it or listening to it. So he explains kind of what it means more, and he kind of has more discussion. So pretty neat. It's a little 20-minute podcast here and there. So what I tend to do is I'll listen to the audiobook and then get the synopsis and his words on, impact, what was influence, what did he talk about. So pretty neat stuff. I'll just do it on my drive during the week and stuff. So that's those two podcasts. And then there is an additional book. So there's kind of two books within F3. So Freed to Lead. I don't think there's a PDF version of this, but let's see. But yeah, there's not really any free to lead PDFs that I'm aware of. Yeah, but anyway, that's Seattle. Let's do Gitbook. So I don't think it's on there, but it definitely is on Amazon. This is the second version that they came out with. It has some testimonials, so it's pretty cool. If you did want to purchase that, you can purchase it from the F3 website, or you can go on on Amazon and pick it up for like 20 bucks. There's an F3 Nation website, so it kind of gives you an idea of where it all started, some testimonials, what it's all about, what other podcasts talk about F3, the different principles, the website. You get some cool stuff, some gear, some news, what's going on. Mudgear is the sponsor. Ooh, excuse me. If you want to look at different exercises, or the language, so that's the lexicon. Exercises for definitions, what they are, that's the lexicon. There's demonstrations within that lexicon. So kind of cool. If you want to come up with a workout, you definitely can do that. So we'll go to f3jax.com next. So this is our personal website. So welcome to F3Jax. You can get started. Just send you right here. These are the three core things about the group: fitness, fellowship, faith, who we are, what it means. That's the original recruiting video. I say recruiting like we're some kind of cult or something, but yeah, it really is pretty cool. It's just free. Just work out, becoming a better man for yourself, family, and community, which I'm all about. Again, pretty much the same stuff. And then some pictures of some of the guys doing some of the CSOP events. And then we have the workout schedule and locations, Q sign up. It's not a sign up Genius anymore, so I'm not sure where they have that up there still. There is some special events. That was old. Some of this website isn't very up to date, is it? But yeah, that's a Christmas party from like 21. I would just go to the top where the three bars is, sign up to Q, and then the Q Smart sign up is actually where you want to do. So it's like a Google form. Put in your email, your F3 name, and then as you can see, the different people that have signed up for these different AOs. So bullpen was today. Twins took on the queue. So um, like if you see that there's a queue and you want to lead the workout or something, or you want to, you hated the last workout, you want to get back at that guy for making you do 1,000 bear crawls, you can make him do 1,000 bear crawls or 1,000 whatever. Of course, you're doing it with them, so that's the other thing. So anyway, you just click on it and you scroll to the bottom and you hit submit, and it goes all the way to October 5th. So it goes about a month in advance. You can sign up for however many workouts you want to go to. Again, you can go on the map and find out where these different locations are to sign up if you're not sure, where you want to work out at. So Monday is Kessel Run. It's at Friendship Fountain. So if you wanted to work out downtown, you could certainly do that. That one starts at 5:30 though. And we'll go back, workout locations. So you can see the map. So our workout locations are over here. So Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. Then Friday is over here. It's right next to Starbucks. Starbucks is right there, and then the Tesla charging station is right over there on that corner. So, and then Yulee, of course, is right up the road. We just started that one a little while ago, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, over in Wildlight. So that's pretty neat. Of course, you got downtown groups. These are the ones that I started at before we started up on the north side. They got beach locations. It's all pretty neat. Mandarin, Nocatee, Fruit Cove. They keep growing and growing. Looks like we got one in St. Augustine now, which is pretty cool. Palatka, Gainesville. And then if you kind of scroll out, you can kind of see how many there are across the nation. And we have one in Alaska now, which is pretty neat. I don't know what that is. That Hawaii? We got one in Hawaii now. That's brand new. Brand spanking new. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Nice. That's what's up. That's very new. So that's pretty cool. Oh, we got one in South America now. Or I know we've had some in South America for a while, but I didn't realize we had Central America. So that's pretty cool. There's one in the Keys if you're traveling in the Keys anytime soon. Got some in Brazil. Got some in Europe. The UK, it's pretty big. You'll notice some of them around like military bases too. Yeah, one in India now. Nice. That's what's up. Japan has a few. Australia has a few. That's of course Hawaii. So, oh, we got one in every state now. Pretty sure. Montana. Yeah, we got one in Montana. So anyway, that is the map. So Backblast are more within Slack now, so you don't have to post like the workout in here anymore. Obviously, these are kind of old. It's from June of last year. So, and then Slack Blast, that's the same thing. So that's September 1st. You can kind of read what they did for their workout, and then you can steal that if you wanted to. Ooh, I had pizza last night. I don't know if you guys heard that. I was passing some gas. And you can also send a message within the group. It's pretty cool, pretty cool. resources. I'm not sure what that is. Oh yeah, lexicon exercise. And then we got the newsletter that should be coming out soon. So that's pretty cool. All right, that's pretty much it.